Every year on February 14th, people honor their love for one another by spending time together, sending flowers and sharing Valentine's messages of love. Today, let's change the narrative. Show love by putting down your weapons and stop killing each other. Show love by wearing your masks and sanitizing in order to limit the spread of COVID-19. Feed the homeless. Just do something extra special for someone else today. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Stay tuned.
Human trafficking is modern slavery. It has many forms and faces. Men, women, and children of all ages, race, and class can become prey. They are exploited through the use of force, fraud, or coercion. They are controlled by another person, treated as property, and stripped of their rights. Human trafficking is modern slavery. Let's put an end to it.
The Agriculture and Fisheries Ministry continues to pave the way for the modernization of Jamaica's sectors. The ministry's latest efforts include a private sector partnership with AgriCare for life and health insurance. The AgriCare AgriCare program goes live on March 1. And here to tell us more about the program is the Agriculture and Fisheries Minister, Floyd Green, on Get the Facts.
Welcome to Get the Facts. It's a program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Enthros Campbell. Now, today we'll be talking about insurance for farmers and fisher folks. And our resource person is no other than the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honourable Floyd Green. Minister Green, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good. We're so happy to have you. So, you've participated in a virtual launch of this insurance, and you spoke about it in Parliament on last Tuesday.
Yes.
Give us some background to this initiative, sir.
Well, one of the things on becoming minister is that you look across the space and say, what are some of the long-standing challenges that our farmers and fisherfolk have faced? And we've identified that as just an exclusion from a lot of our financial services. And in October last year, I started a listening tour where we went from parish to parish, listened to the farmers, asked them what are their issues, and a lot of them said it was too hard for them to access basic health insurance, life insurance, and as such. So when they're faced with these crises, unfortunately, oftentimes they're ill-prepared because they weren't able to make provisions beforehand. And coming from a rural constituency, Southwest St. Elizabeth, and interacting with my farmers and my fisher folks, I saw firsthand, especially with families, when there's death in the family and then the family is called upon to bear the burden of those expenses, it is difficult. So we identified as a priority to try to get our private sector to really come forward and answer our call and implement a program of insurance that was accessible and affordable for our fisher folks. And thankfully, we put the call out there. We asked private sector to come forward. In fact, we engaged them directly. I had my team call them up and say, what can you do? Come and meet with us. Let's talk about it. And I'm very happy that AgriCare answered the call, and we now have the AgriCare AgriCare plan.
AgriCare, good job. So who can benefit?
Well, you have to be a registered farmer or fisher folk. Registration is done, depending on which one you are, through our various agencies. So for farmers, you go to the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, you register as a farmer, there's a process, sign up the form, they will come and check to ensure that you're a bona fide farmer. For our fisher folks, you go to the National Fisheries Authority. Again, for each of these agencies, we have offices in every parish. So you go, you sign up, you pay the licensing fee, the registration fee, they'll do their verification, and once you are a registered farmer or a licensed fisher, then you qualify. If you're not, unfortunately, you cannot qualify.
But they can register before the March
Absolutely.
startup.
So the beauty is that registration is continuous. And I would encourage all my farmers and my fishers, if you're not registered now, go out and register. And once you are a registered person, then you qualify.
Okay, where can they go to get registered?
So they can go to the parish offices. So again, in every parish you have a RADA office. Most of our farmers know where to find it, and you can go online, you can type in rather, you can see where offices are, or in the phone book, or you can give us a call. With the National Fisheries Authority, it's the same approach. In every single parish, we have a National Fisheries Authority office. People used to refer to it as fisheries or fisheries division. Same thing. Go, somebody's there who can help you sign up.
Okay, what's the stats like now? How many farmers do we have and how many are already registered?
We have, well, what we have numbers are for registered farmers.
Yes.
So we currently have about 220,000 registered farmers. And for our fishers, we have about 26,000 registered fishers. So those who are not in the loop, please come in.
Right. I was listening to you. You said that relatives of the farmers and the fisher folk can also benefit. Is that so?
Yeah, so one of I think the very exciting elements of this program that AgriCare has pulled together is that not only are registered farmers and fishers eligible, but also their dependents. So if you're the child of a farmer or a fisher, or if you're the spouse, you are also eligible to sign up directly for these packages.
All right. Now, there are different plans within this larger plan.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that, please?
Yeah, so what we did, we sat with AgriCare and we said to them, we want to see if you can cover as much as possible the full gamut of the health and life insurance needs for our farmers. So they have pulled forward a group health and life insurance scheme that covers a number of different plans. So there is a critical illness plan, as the name suggests. If you fall into one of the illnesses in the categories, then you will be covered. There is a personal accident plan. If you have a personal accident and you're covered, then you will get a payout. There's also what they call the full house plan, which is really what people call health insurance. When you go to the doctor and you get money off your doctor's visit, or you go and fill a prescription, so there's also that. There's a major medical plan, and this covers things like surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation, dialysis, so you're covered under that for that plan. And then there's a very important group life insurance plan, which you know activates upon death, and it goes to your beneficiaries.
Excellent. And this is a plan. These are plans within the larger plan.
Plans within the plan.
Yeah,
So
yes.
a farmer or fisher could have all the plans, or they could select the ones that they think are best suited for them.
Okay.
So you could pick out and say you just want to sign up for the critical illness plan and the life insurance, or you want the personal accident and what we call the health insurance. So you can choose what best suits you.
Excellent. The premiums, are they manageable? Are they going to be manageable?
Very. I would say they're very manageable. And they're manageable on two accounts. One, again, when we sat with our partner at AgriCare, we said, we have to make it accessible and affordable. So we have to look at the payment terms. So unlike most of us, the flexibility that comes from this program is that you can pay semi-annually, so twice per year, or you can pay quarterly, or you can pay once per year. So you have that, you can make that decision whichever best suits your circumstances. More importantly, we've really worked to keep the prices down. And just to give you some examples. So let us take the life insurance, or let's start with personal accident. Our personal accident plan, for coverage of $1 million, so a payout of $1 million, a farmer or fisher would pay $2,605 for the year. So that is $600 a quarter, $1,000 little bit half yearly if you decide to pay. So $2,605
For the year.
For the year, you would get $1 million coverage. So if something happens, personal accident, so it will happen. And that's what we use with most of our packages. Our critical illness, one of the things that we've also done to make it even more manageable is that you can decide the amount of coverage. So we have bands. So you could take $1 million coverage, $750,000 coverage, or $500,000 coverage. So let us take our group life insurance. For less than $1,000 a month, you could be covered to the tune of $1 million. So upon death, your beneficiaries would have $1 million towards your funeral expenses, and that is upon paying less than $1,000 a month.
Okay, all right, we're going to take a break now. We're going to come back. We're talking about insurance for farmers. We'll come right back with more useful information. Stay with us.
As a business leader, we're all highly dependent on the government for the effective performance of our operations. I would like to see processes that facilitate efficiency and effectiveness. We have agreed on a very powerful vision, Vision 2030 for Jamaica. And that says we would like Jamaica to be the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. If we're going to realize that vision, the public sector is a key catalyst.
Brought to you by the Transformation Implementation Unit.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We're talking about health and life insurance coverage for farmers and fisherfolk with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honourable Floyd Green. Minister, tell us about Sagicor's role in this initiative.
Well, I think probably the best part of this initiative is that it's a fully private sector-led initiative. In other words, Sagicor is doing this program. Sagicor provides the coverage. What the government is doing is facilitating. So clearly, we're sensitizing our farmers, and we're going to be helping in the enrollment process. So you can utilize our RADA offices and our fisheries offices to sign up. But it's really a full-fledged Sagicor private sector-led initiative, and we're just the facilitators.
Right. So when the program becomes effective,
the 1st of March. So the 1st of March is when people can sign up. So now we're encouraging everybody to get your house in order, get ready. Come the 1st of March, it is live. And as I had said, we're going to use our RADA offices and our National Fisheries Authority offices so people can go and collect their enrollment forms and then fill out the information, pay their premiums, drop it off at the offices, and they can be signed up.
all right, you're going to verify that each person who says he or she's a farmer or a fisher folk is. What are you using to verify that?
Well, our database. So the good thing is that both agencies have a robust database. So again, if you're not on it, you need to try and get on it.
Right.
Because we already, and I think that's one of the plus and how the government can facilitate the private sector. So the private sector won't have to Sagicor. They won't have to go through the process of going out to check if these people are farmers. We already do that. So when you come in to sign up and say you're a registered farmer, we would all ask all the questions. What do you farm? Where do you farm? We would have already sent somebody out to verify this information, and that is how you get farmer's ID, as we call it. And it's the same process in relation to signing up for as a fisher. So we would have already done that verification. So once you come in and collect the form, we will just verify it against our database to ensure that you're on our database.
Let me talk a little about the fisher folk. What do they need to qualify? You're talking about fishermen, you're talking about people who sell fishing gear?
Well, it's once you're registered, and our registration covers a broad spectrum of fishers, from the men who go out in the small vessels to our industrial fishers who have big boats, from people who do lobster, conch, to just regular fish. So once you're registered as a fisherman, woman, you would qualify. And one of the beauties in terms of the registration process, and it goes for both farmers and fisherfolk, is that, if you and I were to go sign up for a health insurance scheme or a life insurance scheme, we would have to take a trip to the doctor and get a medical report. That would bring in the medical report, and then an assessment would be done. And that is how they would ascertain our premium, because they're going to look at our individual risk. I think the beauty of this approach and the group approach is that starting the 1st of March, there will be an open enrollment period for 3 months. What that means is that all our farmers and fisherfolk need to do is provide the registration information, provide their premium, and they need no medical report. They still will be signed up.
Please explain the group life, because do I have to go in a group, or just once I'm registered on the RADA, I'm in that group?
Once you're registered on the RADA, you're in that group. You've said it perfectly. So what we've gotten the private sector to do is to look at our farmers as a group. What used to happen is that the farmers used to go as individuals, try to access insurance, and the cost would be prohibitive. We said to the private sector, let's take a different approach. Look at the farmers as a group, treat this 220,000 or this 26,000 fishers as a group, and calculate the benefits like that.
Yes.
And I think it has worked.
Yes. I'm not a farmer yet, but I'm planning, or I'm not a fisher folk, but I'm planning. Would I qualify? What do I need to do?
No, you have to register.
You have to just register.
You have to register, and
Okay.
clearly there's a verification process. So it's not you walk in and register tomorrow and you're automatically on our database. We would have to do the checks and balances. But I've already said to the team, part of this, we do want to see more people register. We know there are farmers out there who never thought it was worth their while. You know, a lot of people said to me when we were on our listening tour, why Minister Fua? When am I going to get my farmer's ID? What benefit do I get from that? It's a valid question. If you saying to people go and register, clearly it helps us for planning, but how does it help the actual fisher? We're saying no, we're giving you a tangible benefit through our partnership with the private sector. So go out and register, and we will facilitate the expediting those checks and balances so that you can qualify for this system.
Yes, this is definitely another plus for young people who want to go into farming, right? Yes.
It's a big, big plus.
Yes.
You know, part of our overarching vision is for people to see farming and fishing as valid professions. Oftentimes, despite the fact that they are the backbone of our society, despite the fact that they provide food, that literally put food on our table, oftentimes we still treat the profession as secondary, as not so important. And when our children are in school and are dreaming of what they want to grow up to become, they're not really encouraged to go into farming or fishing. We think this life insurance and health insurance scheme does help us to validate the profession. To say, just like any other profession, you can go and secure benefits that can make your life easier. So for us, it's a big plus, and I think our young people look on and see it's a very attractive profession.
Yes, Minister, AgriCare has really come through for the farmers and fishers at this time on. What message do you have for other members of the private sector?
Well, the door is open. The door is still open. The beauty is that, you know, we believe that competition will help. We believe that all financial services institutions that look on insurance as a part of their package, that they can look on our farmers and our fishers as group and can craft attractive packages that will appeal to them. So I say to them, it's not too late, right? Sit with your teams. We are open. Come sit with us. Let us see what can be done. And still, there are other areas that we still haven't covered.
Definitely.
We want to see crop insurance.
Definitely.
We want to see our private sector partners step up and say, we can provide an affordable, accessible crop insurance scheme. The government is here to help. We want to see vessel insurance for our artisanal fishers with those small boats. They value so much, and yet still they're unable to get insurance coverage. And so they can't leverage it as assets for loans. We want to see that dealt with. Plus, overall, we want to see our banks really readjust their formulas, their facilities to provide low interest capital to our farmers. Very, very important.
Right.
And to our fishermen.
Yes. As we wrap, I still in my mind, I'm thinking, that small premium, what do you say to public farmers who are watching and say, oh, that little money really we're not getting much benefit? What would you say?
Well, the benefits are stipulated. The benefits are sure. So you know exactly upfront what you're paying for. So despite the fact you're only paying $2,605 for the year, your benefit is $1 million if you get in a personal accident, right? Despite the fact you're only paying less than $4,000, I think it's $3,700 something for the year for our critical illness. You know, if you get illness that falls into those categories, you have $500,000 that you can call upon. So the beauty is that even before you start paying, you know what your benefits are. Yes. So it's not if or but. So your benefits are sure. And how we've been able to do this with our partners in AgriCare is because you're being treated as a group. You are part of a bigger fraternity of farmers and fishers. And I think for the first in a long time, farmers and fisher folk are getting the regard, the respect that they deserve.
Thank you so much. As we wrap again, I say that again, your message to the farmers.
Sign
and
up,
the fisher folk.
sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. I would say to every farmer, every fisher right across Jamaica, and your children and your spouses, get on this program. Let's not wait until something happens. Let's not wait until, unfortunately, that road that all of us must walk, death, comes, and then the family wonders how are they going to afford the expenses. put things in place from now. And the beauty, it's manageable, affordable, and I know, even in tough times, you can get it done. So, you are already the most resilient people in the entire world. Now we're giving you some protection.
Thank you so very much, Minister. You've heard it right here on Get the Facts. Our guest was the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honourable Floyd Green. For more information on AgriCare, the insurance for farmers and fishers, visit their website. Until next time, when Get the Facts brings you, as always, more useful information. I'm Rose Campbell. Thanks for watching and take good care. Farmers and fishers, sign up now.
On our roads, remember, take time, be courteous, drive good, walk good. Part of keeping our roads safe is ensuring the vehicles we drive are mechanically safe, meeting all roadworthy requirements. And besides that, we must be good drivers and avoid risk-taking and sensation-seeking behaviors which are prone to causing road crashes.
Investment, industry and commerce have been significantly affected by the novel coronavirus, but measures have been put in place to mitigate these effects. Portfolio Minister Audley Shaw tells us more next.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, several businesses are facing significant challenges to their operations. It's a matter of concern for the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Several initiatives are being implemented to support the fight against the pandemic, while helping to cushion its effects on the industries.
We fully recognize that a strong manufacturing sector creates a clear path towards economic prosperity. We have moved to implement measures to grow the sector and to strengthen its resilience. We have also sought to enhance the landscape for doing business through several initiatives, some of which were already ongoing, but which became more urgent due to the effects of the pandemic.
As part of the economic recovery strategy, government has zeroed in on the manufacturing sector. A manufacturing and export growth team was established to ensure the development, monitoring, and implementation of key strategies to increase the contribution made by the manufacturing and export sectors to the Jamaican economy. Additionally, the Jamaica Promotions Corporation JAMPRO was mandated to identify areas of investment in select industries.
The ministry is also pursuing the initiatives under the National 5-Year Manufacturing Growth Strategy, which targets the achievement of $81 billion in manufacturing output by 2025.
The Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, JANAC, launched a pre-accreditation approval program to increase stakeholder confidence in Jamaica's COVID-19 testing capacity.
JANAC's international recognition for the accreditation of medical and testing labs will provide the assurance that the results generated by these entities can be trusted, Madam Speaker, thereby facilitating trade and protecting consumers' well-being.
The Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, has taken several actions to protect buyers during the pandemic. They include a 45% increase in market surveillance of access, availability, and pricing of basic food items, and heightened public education.
The agency has also conducted 12 sanitation and hygiene product surveys of masks, hand sanitizers, gloves, disinfectant, antibacterial soaps for the period March to November of 2020. Through the Bureau of Standards, we have also strengthened our standards development and product testing arrangements to ensure that the products entering the Jamaican marketplace meet the required standards.
The Bureau of Standards Jamaica BSJ has since issued calls to manufacturers, distributors and importers of hand sanitizers to take in samples of their products for testing. Users, manufacturers and distributors of infrared thermometers were also urged to submit them for calibration and accuracy checks. The National Compliance and Regulatory Authority (NCRA) has strengthened its inspection, monitoring and enforcement activities in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Up to January 31, there were 68 compliant hand sanitizers on the market, with 8 importers and 5 local manufacturers of hand sanitizers registered with the NCRA.
Over 104,000 products were detained at ports of entry. And after inspection, Madam Speaker, testing and analysis, 54,000 were compliant. Of the 104,000 tested, 54,000 were compliant and released for sale.
To date, over 176 samples have been assessed for compliance.
Our manufacturing, producing sector, export sectors have been among the country's long-standing contributors to economic development. These sectors have shown significant resilience despite the challenges that the pandemic has presented. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is committed to providing all the support necessary to allow these sectors to continue to recover and to grow and increase the contribution to GDP.
The National ID will protect your identity. In these modern times, we all need protection from fraud and identity theft. We're moving Jamaica into the modern era, where your privacy is top priority. Your fingerprint and your picture will secure your ID. This is no different from when you apply for a visa or a passport. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com. NIDS is here for your protection.
Roses are red, violets are blue. There's someone out there today looking for a smile from you. So it's Valentine's Day. Flowers, sentimental cards, and gift baskets are being sent out in their numbers, and couples are sitting down for romantic dinners. Basically, everything you can think of that helps to tell a significant other that you love them is happening today. But we want to encourage you to also share your happiness with others around you. A homeless person, a child in state care facility, a shut-in who is unable to leave home. Show love, even as you receive it. Let it not be all about the chocolates and the roses. Be selfless. Even a smile can go a far, far way. Pray for love, pray for peace, as we aim to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. And this is where the magazine ends for today, but if you would like to see more content like this, then visit our YouTube page. We also have all the latest news and updates on our social media pages and our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production crew, I am Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.